The wildfires burning in the Los Angeles area have been devastating to those in its path, including the community adjacent to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. The consequences of this tragedy have now reached all the way to Mars. On this episode of Mars Guy. By now, anyone on Earth with an internet connection is probably aware of the devastating wildfires in the Los Angeles area. The infamous Santa Ana winds of Southern California, which result from cold air and high pressure over the inland deserts flowing toward the Pacific Ocean, were brutally strong this past week. Reaching 100 miles per hour, the dry katabatic winds led to unmanageable wildfires after they broke out in several locations, including one that started around the Eaton Canyon above Altadena. This infrared image from Maxar Technologies reveals the extent of the Eaton fire as of January 9, one of several fires around LA. This is largely a residential neighborhood of single-family houses, and because of its proximity to the nearby campus of JPL, some of the families living there include engineers, scientists, and a host of others who work at one of Earth's premier institutions dedicated to exploring the solar system and beyond. The administration building at JPL has long served as the backdrop for gatherings of mission teams, and those who worked on the Mars 2020 Perseverance mission gathered there in July of 2019 for this remarkably large group photo. This illustrates the depth of involvement of humans on Earth needed to send a flagship rover mission to Mars. This was also the backdrop for a family photo of Mars rovers that JPL has built and operated for NASA, starting with a little Pathfinder Sojourner rover launched in 1996, Spirit and Opportunity launched in 2003, and the largest yet, the Curiosity rover launched in 2011, and its younger sibling Perseverance launched in 2020. I've had the privilege of working on this campus during the Spirit and Opportunity mission and can only imagine the terrifying sight of wildfire engulfing the San Gabriel Mountains and adjacent Altadena neighborhood. JPL was shut down on January 8 due to the wildfire risk and evacuations, and in the subsequent days, the gravity of the situation forced closure through the coming week. Fortunately, JPL was untouched by flames, which came to within a half mile. But more than 150 JPLers have lost their homes to the inferno, including some on the rover teams. This has meant a halt to rover operations, leaving Perseverance and Curiosity parked and inactive for the foreseeable future. Fortunately, the rovers, like all spacecraft, have built-in plans for contingencies like this, and it's not the first time they've needed to execute what's referred to as a run-out sequence. This ensures that they wake up at pre-planned times to honor communications windows, essentially phoning home and listening for instructions at the right time. But for thousands of people who have suffered losses from the conflagration, phoning home is not possible. When I put together last week's episode on an ancient Martian cataclysm, I had no idea this week a modern terrestrial cataclysm would be the subject matter. If you'd like to help the JPL and Caltech communities that have been impacted by this disaster, please see the link in the description.